Alright, off we go. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another live stream with Voice of the Rings. Today, we are going to do some Rise to War conflict, and there are some large battles that are happening today. So this shall be fun. Also, later in the stream, or if you're watching this as a video later, we will also be doing possibly making some videos during the stream. If you guys would like to see the method behind the madness, yes, I thought that would be kind of fun today. So I want to make our Lord of the Rings. I've got a lot going on today. So a quick little update for some of you guys. I know I was saying I'm going to have the interview soon. That had to be slightly postponed due to a emergency thing that came up for our interviewer, or excuse me, interviewee, I guess you'd say. I'm the interviewer. But we will do that in the hopefully not very distant future. So we just had to do a little bit of a rain check for a week or so. So no big deal. But I've got a lot planned this weekend to do at the time of the stream. It's Thursday. But yes, anyway, you'll see. But today we might do a couple of live videos for making our new playlist process. We're going to be having a new playlist called a Lotro update. Yes, and it will focus mostly on doing reviews of the updates for Lotro, but it will also do updates for anything Tolkien on the channel. Because as you all know, a Tolkien channel, I'd also love to show you guys my new what is it? Oh, I made a new banner. I didn't, but my awesome, fantastic artist sister, we made a new banner together. She helped me out with that. It's pretty cool. You guys will like it. You'll see. It's fantastic. So right now, I'm doing combat here. I'm going to have my Theoden attack this tile because I used a scan and found out that it's a Grim of Wormtongue. So we'll see how he does. I also may have stopped this person from being able to move here. Yes, I doubt they're very happy with me. This is one of their strongest players on their faction, so I'm sure he's a little bit... he's a great guy, though. Our enemies have been really nice this season. Everyone has been very cordial and sportsmanlike. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Wow. Everyone jumped on all at once, I see. I went from having almost no one to a bunch of people. Hello. I did not schedule this stream today. I wasn't sure I was doing a stream today. I thought I would be doing an interview tonight, so I wasn't going to stream today. And then that got postponed from kind of a little emergency thing. Oh, yeah, look at that. A beautiful victory. Oh, it wasn't even close. Again, I would like to redo. I'm going to have a redone, like, loadout for Rise to War. I will show you guys when more people get here. I will show you guys some other stuff. How will it have blue background? And by the way, excuse me, when I say logo, I do not mean our icon for the channel. I like my icons done for the logo. The logo icon is done. I'm purely, this logo is going to be used for streams and for the banner. So I don't want to confuse people saying logo. It's probably not the right term to use. But yeah, so. Will it have a blue background? Yes, I will probably have something behind it there. I exported it, so pretty much it's just the symbol itself and the shadow. Hey, what's up, Shadow Gamer? Welcome. Alright, well, I beat that guy up pretty soundly right there. Let's see who's sitting on this tile. I'm going to scan this with my clairvoyance ability here and use my ring power. I'm really far away at the moment, so I have to make sure who I fight is this. I think I can beat that. So get him, Witch King. Get him. All right, so basically what's going on is this is a pretty decent battle, but the real battle is here to the north with most of our fellowship right here. This was an enemy encampment like 10 minutes ago, and now it's gone. So yeah, they are crushing through our enemies right here. So this is our what's going on right now on the world map is basically these are our alliance right here, this color, and we're green. We had to kind of evacuate to the bottom here because we lost pretty much Rohan. We're Rohan. Again, without going into detailed future plans on what our exact goals are, we're having battles with these people. Again, since it's a live stream, I'm not going to say the exact goals right now. I don't want to give away anything in case people hop on here to watch who maybe are opponents, which would never do that. That would be very dishonorable. No one would do that. Of course not. Never. You know, even, you know. But it could be tempting. So we're not going to allow them to be tempted, right? All right, let's see. How does the Witch King fare against this guy? All right, the Witch King fared quite well. In fact, it wasn't even close. Oh, gosh. I did 224,000 damage to him, and he managed to do 24,000. And I think what I'm going to do in the future, unfortunately, what I'm going to have to do for my Rise to War videos in the future, or streams, is I'm going to have to put me on the other side, on the other corner, just for the Rise to War. I like being in this corner for everything else I do, right? But for this particular, I'm going to be on the other side, because there's always this empty spot right here, and it's perfect for me to sit there when I look at reports in this game. And this is a big part of this video game, this particular phone/strategy game, is that information thing. And when it covers up this whole info and numbers back here, they'd receive 224,000 damage. I received 24,000. They lost very hard right there, but you know, that's how it goes. I'm going to send a couple reinforcements here. It'll take a couple minutes, but I'll just go ahead and tap him off since he is out of stamina. And now my Gimli's reinforcing. My Gimli did an epic battle a minute ago too. I didn't get to show you guys, but during this stream, I am going to make a video or two for Rise to War. And I want to make a video for, I don't know if I want to do it live with a stream, but if you guys want me to, I'll do it. A live video of basically introducing our new playlist, all right, which you've seen, which I'll change the screen. You'll see. I'll change it all. I also, do you guys want to see my interview background? Do you want to see a little sneak peek since you're here? Real quick, I can show it to you. Give me a second, though. So anyway, this battle went really it looks like I lost, but since I'm 4 levels down and this guy's Theoden was actually pretty good, I did about 10,000 more damage to him. I lost more troops, but horses and cavalry are way more expensive in this game. So in theory, I think I just scraped by winning this fight because he lost 1,500 and I did 287,000 damage to him. But yeah, it's still like, I still lost 3,000 dwarves myself, but a lot of, 500 were these cheap level 2 units. So my Gimli does a lot of damage. I am going to do some cool things this time. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Shadow Gamer. I've been really, really good this last week. It's been very nice. All right, I finished off that Grima. He's running on home. Yeah, you run home. Theoden showed you who's boss. I'm gonna go ahead and send some more horses to reinforce Theoden. Again, my base is far in the south, and I will have to move later. I cannot move today. So we are just slowly but surely. I'm gonna also move my Falcon up right here and help out. I have yet to use my Falcon, but he's pretty cool. So I'm gonna see how he does today. Right now I have him in complete support of his units, Dwarven units, and I'm curious to see how he does in some PvP. He's a little low level. He's level 38. Most people are going to be around 40s and a little higher right now in the game, at the time of the game, but we'll see how that works out. Hey, welcome everybody. More people hopped in. All right, since you got a lot of you here right now, you guys want to see a little sneak peek of our new interview page that I've been working on? All right, here we go. All right, there. You can still hear it, right? So this will be our interview page. Now, obviously, where those names are placed, right? For Chance Thomas, with spoilers, we will have that interview soon. There's the new banner or stream logo at the top there. This artwork was done, like, obviously some of this is like generated, some of this my sister actually did, and she did this like collage for me. So, but the actual pictures of our interview and communications will basically be between that logo and those names. So all that stuff in the middle will be covered, but it looks really nice still. From when I've been looking at it, I'm very happy with it. There will be questions that'll pop up in the bottom middle there, somewhere on top, somewhere down there. Thanks, Wiz. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so I've been working on this. It's not done. This isn't a complete 100% done, but this is pretty close. I like how it's looking. I can change the names out. I can do other things. I'm going to try to make sure it's really, really nice and set up well for any interviews. So I'm very excited to do interviews on the playlist. I think it's a side of me you guys will enjoy. I've done some in-person interviews in the past, but I do enjoy doing interviews. I like hearing other people's stories, and especially if it's anything related to Tolkien, which obviously you all know it's going to be on this channel. So anyway, that's that. To kind of, what's up, Nugget Man? Welcome everybody. So yeah, so that is basically, this is our new interview page. Nice, welcome. I was just explaining to everyone, which I just went over. I won't go over it again for everyone else, but yeah, this will be our new interview page. Again, the video camera will pop up there. I can't quite show you because the way I have it set up is actually it's kind of connected to the Discord camera, because I'm going to use Discord to interview people because I really like that program, and I've tried a couple others, and I just am not big fans of the other ones. So anyway, yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's all set up. Again, even though that interview did get postponed, which was going to be tonight, but that is just fine. He said he's still totally ready to come on. Just something came up and we couldn't do it tonight. But no big deal. We will have fun whenever we do it in the next week or two. All right. Let's see. I think what I'll do is I will just leave Felgen here to kind of cover that position. We have more people coming. So this is a pretty decent sized battle, but this is only like 5-on-5 players. If I go to the north here, you can see there's quite a large battle happening. This whole area was just taken by our friends here. They've basically just wiped this area out and moved a bunch of enemies. It was quite awesome. So these are all enemy factions here. Linden, basically the layout of the game right now is Linden and Isengard are a faction alliance, where Rohan and the Varangs are our faction alliance, and then there's a couple others, right? I believe Angmar and Mordor are a faction alliance. That seems lore accurate. And then Rune and Arnor are allianced. That doesn't seem quite as lore accurate, but that's okay. It's not supposed to be lore accurate. It's a strategy battle game, based in Middle Earth, right? Anyway, so yeah, pretty fun. So guys, we will make a few videos today during the stream. We'll do a couple other things too. Again, I'm gonna do a little bit more talking with you guys, hang out, battle and Rise to War a little bit, and then we'll do a couple other things as well. So in this, you saw in the title, I said if you want to be here for some video making later. We'll see what. Again, I want to make, we're gonna have our new playlist that I'm gonna add that's gonna be a Lotro update. So I need to make a video saying, welcome to our new Lotro update playlist video. You know how I like to add one of those to each front of each playlist? I gotta make one of those, and that playlist is gonna be real simple, real straightforward. It's gonna be fully focusing on updates for Lord of the Rings Online, and then anything really Tolkien related. It won't really have much to Rise to War. Rise to War, if I do updates for Rise to War, that'll be on the Rise to War playlist. I'm gonna keep those all on Rise to War playlist. Gameplay, Commander reviews, updates, that's all gonna be on the Rise to War playlist. But yeah, a Lotro update will be mainly focusing on Lotro updates for the Lord of the Rings Online MMO, and then also any Tolkien-ish content, like something happens in the Tolkien community or world, right? Like, oh, a new book, that kind of thing. Yes. Gosh, and YouTube is not very good at telling me who's watching or when is watching, man, because the numbers are just like, and then it'll say like everyone left for a second, and then it'll like be boop, everyone's back. It's like, how is that possible, YouTube? That doesn't make sense. So I'm just gonna assume you guys are all here and you're all listening still, because everything on my end looks like it's working correctly. It's a little confusing, Nugget Man. I mean, and honestly, I'll be honest. Rise to War is not going to be for everyone. Hey, thanks for saying that. I'm glad you're here. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Rather than having hobbits at the bottom, have you thought about doing dwarves instead? Yes! Matthew, on the interview thing, yeah, we did think about that. My sister did that art thing for me for a banner, and the reason she threw those two in was because they're so iconic to the feeling of Tolkien, just because the movies are so... A lot of people came to Tolkien through Peter Jackson's movies, right? Like, a lot, right? So, like, when they see, you know, Elijah Wood and oh gosh, I can't think of Sam's name right now. I can't believe it. I have always known his name. Anyway, Sam and Frodo from the movies, people are like, that's Lord of the Rings, right? So it kind of gives that feel of Lord of the Rings. So I think I'm probably going to leave that for that page. But yes, I don't know if you guys noticed. Can we flip back real quick? Zollin, flip back. The other one. No. The interview page. Go back. Oh, there. Okay. Yeah. So the up there at the top with our new logo, if you look here, I'm going to make it a little bigger for you guys. Whoop. There we go. If you notice, there are 7 rings. Why do you think I did 7 rings for my channel? Right? Could have done any number of the rings that Tolkien talks about. But these are particularly talking about, these are the Dwarven rings, alright? So, we had fun making these. My sister helped did certain shapes, and we know that, like, in the lore, these aren't 100% lore accurate, but they're pretty close to the fact that, they all have gems, because we know that only really the one ring was the one without a gem or a stone. But these are all the 7 dwarf rings, because my channel, you know, I'm a dwarf. I'm Zollin Ironshield. We're dwarves here. And no one ever does anything for the dwarves. You know? It's always the 3 rings of the elves, or it's the 9 Nazgul rings, right? Or the rings of the men. They never talk about the dwarf rings. So I thought, you know what? In our streams, our interviews, we're going to have the rings from the dwarves, right? All right, let's see. Boop. There we go. Put it back to where it was. And ta-da. Okay, we're good. All right, let's see. All right, Zollin, flip it back. Flip it back. Back to the other page. Ah, thank you. Yeah. So anyway, that's our new interview page. What's up, Odie? What'd you think? That's gonna be our new page there. I'm pretty happy with it. I've already worked many hours on setting that up, and with OBS, and it's got a bunch of little things in there. And again, as you guys all know, I have my Stream Deck, which is the cord long enough for me to show you this thing? No, probably not. But I'm planning on setting up a lot more buttons for this too. But not today for the stream. We're going to make a few videos. We're going to play some Rise to War today. That's the goal of the stream. I'm just chilling today, relaxing. I'm not going to do Lotro at the moment during this stream, but don't worry, we'll probably do Lotro tomorrow on a stream. I'll schedule it later today and you'll see it pop up. I think we'll do some epic battles Friday. Saturday, I know I've been kind of rotating it just so it gives more people the options to come on different days if some people have commitments on certain days for our subscribers, right, for you guys. So I kind of been, like, trying to keep it at a consistent morning time so, like, most people can come, and, like, switching between, like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know, like, kind of hopping it around. I think it's just nicer so people have more options, and I try to tell you guys ahead. Again, I wasn't planning on doing this stream today. I was planning on doing an interview tonight, which I already told you guys, that's got postponed, but we are still doing it. Very excited. We'll have Chance Thomas on. It'll be really cool. I have all my questions ready. Thanks to you guys. I got some of you guys, some of the subscribers, some of the Patreon's questions, mixed them all in, some of my own. My cousin gave a really good one, you know, Worldly Lexicon, which you've probably heard a few times on the channel. Yeah, that's his game name. His name's Nathan. But yeah, so. Yeah, well, we got lots. So anyone's got a question for me right now while we play Rise to War. This game, I do not have to focus that hard because I know it quite well now, and it's not something that's nearly as intensive as like doing a battle in Lotro or League of Legends or something. This game is very chill, a little slower pace. It's all about strategy and numbers and things like that, which again isn't going to be for everyone, I know, but it's got beautiful music though. So I really listen to this Rohan music. It's great. There, is that too loud? Is music too loud? Or is that good? Bum, bum, bum. And I am going to make 1 or 2 videos live right now with you guys. So, some for Rise to War again, like I said, and then we'll have a couple for other things. Who's this guy? Who's this guy indeed? Let's see. Let's scan him. Jing. Oh, is it too late? What's he sending at me? Oh man, he moved before the scan finished. That's annoying, actually. I didn't know that was a thing. I just learned something. Okay, it ain't. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, look at this combat over here. Again, I'm not saying anything. We're not giving anything away. This is a live stream, so I'm not gonna say anything that's plans wise or anything that will give away things. Okay, as you guys know, a lot of times when I make videos of things, I release them like a week later if it's something that has to do with strategy. And if I'm live streaming during something like this, I'm not gonna say anything about plans or what our goals are, because unfortunately, some people might try to stream snipe, and we have to think about that in this game, sadly. All right, that guy just beat me up. Unfortunate. What did he hit me with? Oh, I mean, that's not actually a terrible fight. Okay, not as bad as I thought. He hit me with Gorbag. We actually pretty much tied. So he took 149,000, and he healed 13. Again, like I told you guys, I am going to be fixing... for my Rise to War videos, I'm always down here in this corner, but I'm gonna have to just flip to the other side for Rise to War videos, but I'll have to figure that out later. I wonder, actually, can I mirror this? Can I flip this? Hold on, there might be a way for me to do it right now. Transform, flip, let's see. I always get this one wrong. Zollin, is it horizontal or vertical? Vertical's up and down, right? Yeah, horizontal is flipping right to left. Oh! I'm a genius. I mean, Zollin, I know you said it. I understand. I understand. Sorry, I'm taking Zarlin's credit. He didn't like that. I know. You're doing a great job, Zollin. Keep it up. So yeah. Anyway, there. Now I'm on this side. How much does that freak you guys out? Does it kind of look like I'm still looking at the screen? It's not quite at the right angle to make me look like I'm looking at the combat, but I don't know. It looks fine. It's good. Anyway, this is what we'll use right now for this stream for Rise to War. It giving me vertigo looking at it, so I apologize. Everyone's gonna leave, right? Everyone's like, we're out. It's like too much, Zollin. We can't. It's freaking us out. We're out of here. What's up, Fox? All right. Let's see. So he beat me up there pretty good. All right. We got our reinforcements here. Dun dun dun. Oh, and, okay. So there are 1 or 2 videos I want to make right now. Would you guys like to see me make one for? I'm gonna give an update about my Gimli, and we're gonna refine Gimli's battle axe. All right. All right, guys. So here's the thing. I'll make a video right now, and again, it's funny. I'm so fine normally with just making my videos, but live stream, I'm like, there's people watching. All right. All right, I gotta keep an eye on what's going on though, just in case people need my help here. All right. All right, we got friends here. All right. All right. I was gonna say no plaid talkings live, please. I'm not looking. All right. Just let everyone know. That's why I'm purposely not looking through messages. I don't want to give anything away. All right. There is a definite. It's not quite as some phone games. I'm not really a huge fan of, like, for example, like Clash of Clans and other games like that, even though they're fun. Yeah, there's so many games too that you can enjoy. Here's the thing. Here's where it comes from me. Yes, this game is more in the area of the newer generation of games that it's like, you know, you can pay this much and get a chance at all these special things and all this stuff. And this game does have that to an extent. But this game you can actually play free-to-play and still have fun. There are some phone games you try it, you will not have fun. I know because I've tried some where I completely was free-to-play. Like, for example, I enjoyed Kings of Avalon for a while, and then the longer I played it, the more I was like, I can't do anything without buying. Like, I can't do anything. In this game, if you have a good group of people, and you're like, let's say you have 10 people who are free to play, they don't have anything, as long as you're getting on daily and opening the free roll and stuff, you will get to the point where you can have 1 or 2 commanders that are rather strong, and you can have your other commanders be tile cleaners, like removing enemy tiles that don't have armies on them. And you can help your team and be with a good team and do great. All right, so it's like you can still do that. But yeah, there is that little feel sometimes of the pay-to-win thing for certain characters. But it's like, it's better balanced with this type of system for a game monetization than others, right? I really prefer subscription-based games, right? Like, that really is. Because honestly, I'm not a really big supporter of gambling and really this kind of thing, even though like everyone likes that. And today you realize most things are like that, right? Like most games you play are more and more like that. Some are straight buy, right? Like cosmetics, right? That's a big one, right? For like, let's say League of Legends or like things like that. It's cosmetic is how they make their money usually. Or like a pass, right? Like the paddle pass for every game has that now. I'm a little bit more into I like the subscription-based model, because if you think about it, we have like kind of the evolution of game monetization it kind of started with you buy the game as a CD-ROM and you have the game, right? And then we went into more online-based where it was like subscription. And now we've gone away where people are like, I don't want to pay a subscription, right? Like that's what most people are on. And of course, I'm like, subscription's better than not, right? I wanted free to play. So what did they do? They're like, oh, okay, well, if people want it free to play, then how else can we get people, right, with money? So then that's, they went into the whole, well, we'll either gotcha, where it's like, oh, if you get this much, you have a chance at this, which again, how do you randomize that? I mean, I know you can randomize in a computer thing at a certain point, but you're still programming it to be randomized. Like, it's not like it's a dice throw, right? It's still programmed. So then you wonder, like, is it fully random? I hope so, but yeah, I don't know how they could say percents for things and make it fully random, right? But yeah, so anyway, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if it's because it's the age I grew up in 10 years ago, but I like the subscription based for video games better. I do like the fact that like everything's free to play now, but the problem is you have to find the games that are actually well done with free to play, right? Like again, Lotro has a really good free to play system. And the revamp was fantastic. But it always has had a decent free-to-play system, even though the subscription base has always been the best for it. But, like, a lot of games, man... Like, again, I think that's why League of Legends did so well as a game. Its free-to-play system has always been free-to-play. It's never been really pay-to-win, right, with League of Legends. Except for the original when they had, like, runes you had to earn. But they removed that, like, in the beginning seasons. Wow, this person's sending an armada over here. Yikes. Alright, so I think I might have to pull Falcon back here in a second. I'll leave him there until someone charges at him, though. Anyway, I'm done with my little rant. Someone asked. Alright, who's coming at me here? This person. He obviously probably knows who I am. He probably scanned me. So I'm going to wait till the very last second. And then I'm going to move and make him waste all his time. Hey, good day. What's up, everybody? Welcome. League patches out. Yes! We actually have a new Aurelian Soul update. Nathan K. felt, you're like, oh. Zollin plays League? Yes, Zollin plays League. Zollin is like an original League player. I played the first week the game came out, and I pretty much consistently played that game. Really, my two big games I've been playing consistently for 10 years is Lotro and League of Legends. Those games. Those are my big games. And then when I was younger in high school, I really liked the Medieval 2 games, like Warcraft 3, Star Wars Saga, excuse me. Oh, all right, Panda. I didn't realize it was you. What's up, Panda? That makes sense. Panda, I didn't realize, I didn't recognize your last name. Now that I think about it, I have seen your last name. League of Legends, goated. Smite, yeah. Smite's a fun game. I've played Smite. I personally didn't quite get into it as much because I really liked how League played. But Smite is really fun. The fact that you're like down in the combat with your character. It's really cool. It almost feels more like you're playing an MMO too with Smite, which is kind of cool. Oh, I'm sorry, Odie. Yes, we will keep that in prayer. Definitely. I just read that. Yes, we will definitely keep that in mind. All right. So I have been working on, guys, this is great. Okay, I have to show you this. Look at this. All right. Barracks. I have Mama Kill now. Right, here's all my units. Mama Kill. All my units. Mama Kill. It's so big. I love that they made it so big you can't even see it. It's just like, it's up there somewhere. Oh yeah. Oh man. That's a hard one. All right, I'm gonna summon some more units here. I think I have enough to hire more of my alchemists. Where are my alchemists? Oh, they're there. I do have enough. Sweet. And I want to also start hiring more horses. Oh, well, I have no food. I am all out of food. All right, there we go. And let's see, I'm gonna do this upgrade, and I'm gonna do this upgrade, and then I'm also gonna summon some more horses. There we go. Actually, we're gonna do this. Split that summoning. There we go. All right, here they come. They're moving in. I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna see what happens. Here we go. Here we go. Woohoo! What happens? Do I lose it horribly? Hey! I didn't lose horribly? I did good! What? Oh my gosh, I beat him! Wait! Falcon's strong, dude! What? This is crazy! Whoa. I just worked really hard the other day and cleaned my keyboard and worked on my keyboard really nice. So I'm very, it's so nice again. I have one of those Merc Stealth keyboards. They're from like 2009, 2012 was their era. And I got it for like $80. And now they sell brand new online between $600 and $1,000. So I take very good care of my keyboard. It is my precious. My precious. Oh, sorry. I don't know what came over me right there. But yeah. Yeah, I've been trying. I finally have really, I mean, look at my gear on Falcon. It's really good. It's really good gear. I'm very happy with it. Look at this. Makes my dwarves even stronger. He's already so good at supporting his dwarves. That's his thing. And now my dwarves are even better. So, yeah, so that's my setup for him. Yeah, that makes me very happy. Because last season I wasn't able to really get Falcon very powerful. But my Falcon's like, he's respect almost 13. So like, again, you all know me, I roleplay dwarves. The only character I play besides dwarves is Theoden because he's good and we were playing Rohan this season. So, oh, it is really nice being in this corner though for Rise to War videos because now you guys can... Sorry, there's an inversion happening that it freaked my brain out right there. Over there, I have to think backwards. There's some fantastic items, as you can see. Anyway, I really like this. It's not super great. I'd like a different ability than Rider's Rush, but for now, it's still super good for horses. All right. All right, who's coming in? Up. This isn't good. If anyone can stop this, be good. All right, well, I delayed his movement there. I delayed it by about 30 minutes, so hopefully that helps a little bit. All right, so my Gimli has his troops back. Let's refill Falcon. We'll have to wait a while, but that's okay. I'm very happy to see that battle report, especially from Sauron's usually a pretty powerful character, but I mean, this guy's Sauron isn't that great. I mean, he doesn't even have a very high level thing. In fact, this is what I would assume someone would look like as a free-to-play player after like maybe 2 seasons. You know, if they get lucky and they put all their golds into one. Again, this is still rather strong, but just compared to my Falcon, who has like top-notch stuff. Yeah. Of course, Falcon he's like I put it, you know, 3 of my guys get like all my stuff, and it's like Gimli, Falcon, and Theoden have like all my best gear. So even with me giving some money to this game in the past few seasons, I still, you know, I only have like 3 or 4 commanders that are like super good, which is all you need. You really only need 2 to 3 to be effective help for your team. Denethor, what are you doing down here? You should be walking, sir. I banished Denethor to Harad because he wasn't doing a good job defending our lands. It's funny because Denethor can actually be a really good commander. I just don't use him. You have to pick and choose your battles or your commanders in this case. Should I just send a Mummy Kill? I love that elephant set. It's great. All right. Anyway, I will keep holding this spot. What's all right. So, I'm gonna make a small 5-minute video for upgrading my Gimli and talking about my Gimli. Are you guys ready? And you guys will, I will show you all about my Gimli. All right, here we go. Ready? So, I will live, and remember at the end I'm gonna say bye because it's a video. But don't worry, I'm not leaving the stream, so don't just click off the stream. You're like, oh yeah, okay, he's done. Bye. No, wait, guys, wait. I'm just a video. Just a video. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and this is a Rise to War Legacy, and we're flipped. We're on the other side now for Rise to War videos because this is much more convenient. I want to show you guys the upgrade of the final upgrade on Gimli's axe. I think this deserves a video in itself, so we're doing a video for it. All right, here we go. Balin's axe. I finally have enough, and it shall do 24% increased damage instead of just 20, which was already absurd before. Yes. Oh, gorgeous. Full refined. Anyway, I've been working on that for 5 seasons. Long time. 6 seasons. I don't even remember. I started that a long time ago. So my Gimli is now very, very strong. And by the way, my Falcon has this, or excuse me, this, which will probably go on Gimli in the future. But unfortunately, because the Witch King exists, this is a much better item. So now a quick little rundown about my Gimli. All right, to finish up this. That was like the main point of the video, but we're going to talk about my Gimli just a little bit. So there is, I found out recently from a friend of the channel. He's a friend from season 2 actually in Rise to War. But there's a fantastic ability on the Fiddle of the Eldest that gives you initiative, which is fantastic for Gimli since his Balin's axe already gives pursuit, which for those of you who don't know what pursuit is, it basically in Rise to War gives you the ability to hit someone even if they have an evasion skill. So there's a lot of abilities in Rise to War for commanders that are like cannot be hit for round blah 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 because of special whatever effect. This basically says, I beg to differ, sir. You take axe to face. So that's what Pursuit's for. And anyway, so yeah, it's pretty strong. And then basically at certain amounts of strength with this weapon, if you don't know, we're going to talk a little bit more about his special weapon. So he gains these effects in sequence when he has these things, right? So when he has 150 might or 300 might, he gets 12% and 12 more percent. So again, I have 414 might. He gets both those effects. So he gets 24% increased damage, and at 100 focus, he gains Pursuit. And I have 116 focus, so he always has Pursuit at this point. The reason I use Box of Knowledge now is for the focus, because all my other items don't give any focus. So it helps him get to that 100, so he always has Pursuit sooner in the game, so he doesn't get to really end game to get that. And then he gets Might. Then it gives his army HP, which is great. Again, I do have a wonderful necklace I can use, too, if I wanted to help his dwarves survive. But I like this one because you also get your chance at Warriors, the lore ability, which basically, each round there's a 30% chance for the following effect to be triggered. Your commander does 9% more damage on top of that 24%, and then your commander's physical damage ignores 30% of the target's army. I would like to refine this one more time. I have one. I just need one more to refine it again to have a 40% chance, because that'll trigger it quite more often in every round. I also use Iron Bassinet. I might change this ability in the future, but basically all of my dwarf units that are in his army get an 80% chance to have stun immunity, which is actually rather good if your units are adding a lot of damage, for example, against the Witch King or against certain characters, because the Witch King has an AoE 100% stun for your whole army. He won't stun Gimli, though, because remember, Gimli's doing most of the damage. So he is my Gimli is a glass cannon, as in his troops have to survive. He does lots of damage. Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then I have this on him to counter the Witch King, basically, because everyone uses the Witch King because he's so ridiculously strong. So yeah, and then he's got more might, defense. Anyway, it's pretty fun, if you guys don't know, a little side note for Gimli users, you all know this, I'm hoping, but when you first put in all your points, or you reset your points, make sure for all your active abilities, Heavy Wound, Break Defense, Whirlwind, All In, Collaboration count as an active, I think it might, I forget exactly, but all those active abilities, make sure your first point is put in last to All In. And what I mean by that is, make sure you put, whatever active abilities you're going to use, make sure you put 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, and then you can drop 1 point in All In, and then fill them all out however you want. You know, whichever one you want to have the most points in. The reason you do that is because one of the combos lands on the same round. So All In lands on round 3. This one also, Heavy Wound also lands in on round 3. And if you don't put in, and this one lands on round 1, which skips into round 3. If you don't put this in last, what happens is this triggers first instead of Heavy Wound or something, and you lose damage because All In has an effect that reduces your self damage for that round by 50% once it goes off. So what you want is you want it to go last in that round. There's combat rounds for people who, this is for Rise War people, right? There's combat rounds, right? And if All In goes in first and those other two abilities go, they're both going to do 50% less damage. But if All In goes last, then you're going to do, it won't matter because the next round will start and that debuff on yourself will go away. So that's why you do that. It's something they don't tell you, which would be a nice little addition, Rise to War. Be a nice little addition indeed. But yeah, it's a good thing to know about Gimli. It also works with a couple other characters that have All In, but Gimli's one that really matters because he has abilities that do all land on that same round. So yeah, anyway, there's Gimli. It's pretty fantastic. I'm very excited about the axe upgrade. And again, this is how you know, if you ever want to, yeah, you have to come get the axe here, right? Anyway, pretty exciting. And he's got some wonderful information talking here. I like, you can see when you did it, right? Finish task side by side. Me, friend with an elf? An elf? How strange. And also, if you guys don't realize this from a lore perspective, Balin's axe, the reason it's called that, a lot of people don't realize this is not a real lore thing from the books. This is something they added in Peter Jackson's adaptations, which this game pulls from because they have rights to New Line Cinema. Ballin's axe was technically Ballin's, and Gimli found it in his tomb. So if you realize in the Fellowship of the Ring movie, when he goes into the tomb, he doesn't have the two-sided axe, which again, from a practical, it's super cool, but not maybe realistic in real life. But anyway, not important. It's really cool though the fact that he goes in and then he comes out and he has it. If you notice in the Fellowship, he has it when he comes out of Moria. So it's that's why it's Ballin's axe. It's literally was Ballin's when he passed away. They kept it by his tomb. Gimli grave robbed him. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's terrible. Joke. Side joke. No, of course, I'm sure Ballin would have wanted him to have it. Oh, here they come. All right, well, here we go. We have a couple strong people here. All right, anyway, you guys have a great day in Middle-earth and go watch our stream later. I'll stream this part. Baruch Kazad Kuzad menu. And a quick little shout out and thanks to my patrons. Thanks, Skumley, for being Royal Guard. Subscribement's gonna be there. Something's gonna pop up over my face here for the next playlist, and then Zollin picture video up there. Have a great day in Middle-earth. All right, guys, there we go. Here comes some combat. We made a little Rise to War video right there, live. Oh gosh, man, they're sending in everything. Here they come. They're really trying to break this position. Let's see if we can hold it. All right, let's see. Hey. Oh. Okay. Not bad. I took the brunt of that, and I think it was successful. Let's look. Let's look at the outcome of that. Okay, so we got this battle. I kind of lost this one. This guy's gore bag is he's got a pretty strong. He's got a pretty good. So I did okay there, and then I fought this guy and didn't do so hot. Again, I only remember Falcon only had half his army when this fight started, so I probably would have beat this guy if I had full army. And then Gimli probably finished people off. Yeah, he finished this guy off. He just wiped him. Gosh, and Gimli destroyed him. Look at that. Look how many deaths he had compared to mine. And then Witch King fight. Dude, I destroyed that Witch King. Look at that. And that's why you wear the fire armor on Gimli. Look at that. It's not even close. And that guy's got a good Witch King. These are good items, except he doesn't have the pursuit thing. He doesn't have pursuit, you fool. Oh, he does have follow-up on that too. Yeah. Anyway, destroyed him. He lost almost 4,000. Look at that damage difference. My Gimli did 200,000 to him. And look see, Gimli's soldiers, man. The Guardians are deceptively strong in damage. Like, if you have a lot of them. Like, they did 60,000 damage by themselves. Like, that's pretty good. The Ram Riders are just there to do their debuff for me. So if you don't know, Ram Riders have a debuff ability. This extra defense reduction. Again, you guys are like, why does this matter? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's just the number of things. That's the strategy part of the game. And then a Witch King. I mean, a Sauron. But that's all right. I only had like 100 guys left for that. But I should share these with everybody so they know what just happened. So let me send these reports in. Share these reports. Boop, boop. There we go. All right. I don't need to send the last one. It's useless information. Aha. I win. It's actually not bad. That was not a bad outcome. Timothy's still there. Unfortunately, it looked like it did knock off a few more people, but we have a reinforcement army of Ugarith is coming with Dwalin. I do like Dwalin. He's very cool too. TJ, what is this game easy to get into with yeah, so I would say if you have a group to join, like if you joined our group Fire, it would be fine. It is a little bit of the fact that if you didn't start early with free-to-play, it's sometimes you're going to have a little bit of disadvantage because every season you do collect gear and respect for commanders, right? So that's a good question. But, so I would say it's a little harder to get in brand new. But if you join with a fellowship that you know that have been playing, they can help get you in. And then once you've in one or two seasons, you'll have enough gear, even free to play, to be able to have one or two commanders that are strong that you can fight with. In the first season, it's by the end of the season, you might be able to have enough gear to have one strong commander, right? But because a lot of the level 1 commanders are actually rather strong. A lot of people are like, oh, do you have to get the tier 2 and tier 3 commanders? Because there's like different levels of commanders. But like, for example, the good side, Faramir's really strong, Boromir's really strong, Dwalin's good, Haldir's good, Awen's good. I mean, they're all the tier 1 commanders are actually rather decent. You just have to know how to build them, which is why I do a lot of guide videos on how to build commanders. I haven't done them all. I got to do more, but. And then there are some cheap ones, you know, you spend like $3 and I think they let you get Aragorn the Second, which is a good commander. I've seen some people be really strong with him. Gandalf the Grey, if you can get him early, he's really strong. He's great at taking tiles. He doesn't need a bunch of super crazy armor or gear to be really decent and good. So yeah, it just depends. That's a good question though. ID player. Good guess. I was playing on BlueStacks, but BlueStacks had a limitation on how much RAM it would let it use, or my CPU cores or something. I forget what limitation it had. I went into settings to try to change it, and it was like laggy and stuff. And I'm like, shouldn't be laggy on my computer. And I switched to LD player, and there's like no issue now. Like I have a really good system. It should have no problems. All right, well, I got kind of beat up there a little bit, so. All of my peoples are out of armies, so I have done my fair share in this battle right now. So I think what we'll do is we'll get to the list here of things to do. Remember I said I'd do other videos? Let me look at my list of to-dos. Oh, I'm thinking about, this is for Gandalf Shall Not Pass, because he's the one that keeps asking about this, or one of our subscribers. That's his YouTube name. He keeps asking me to have a podcast thing, but what I'm thinking is, I think for at least an early start, that might be easy for me to do, because I don't want to stretch myself too thin on the channel, because I'm still trying to do a lot, right? I'm doing like full-time with the channel, but I'm still putting in so much time constantly. I'm thinking about doing, turning my Lotro Tale episodes into audio files that I can upload as a podcast. So, because... for example, I have a lot of friends who tell me that they just listen to my videos. They don't even watch. Though, I mean, I highly recommend the Lotro Tales are probably better to be watched, because you can read what I'm seeing, see what I'm seeing when I'm talking about something. But if you watch one of my Lotro Tales, it's like my entertainment voiceover videos. I am constantly talking and doing voices. Like, constantly. Yes, Odie, it's dial-up. Okay. Yeah, those old dial-up things are just terrible. Oh my gosh. Anyway, well, thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. Please feel free to keep asking questions. Well, will I do that? I'm gonna work on. This is kind of like it's like a freehand stream today. I'm just gonna kind of do all sorts of things during this stream. Yeah. So anyway, I think I'm gonna try to see if I can turn my Lotro Tale into audio files and see if I can upload those as a podcast, because right there I could immediately start having episodes for people to listen to with that. And then in the future, I'm curious with the podcast, are you able to like make like a different playlist on the same podcast account? Like if you're subscribed to the same podcast, is it, I need to go study the podcast stuff. I'm learning, right? I'm learning. Zollin, write that down. Okay. Yeah. So again, I was never expecting to like become full-time in this stuff, and thanks to these wonderful, amazing people, I'm having the inversion thing again over there. And you guys all liking the channel so much and supporting it and liking videos and watching and subscribing, all that stuff. It's giving me the awesome opportunity to be able to actually like work full-time on the channel, which is like super cool. I just thought it'd be a side hobby thing that I just do occasionally, but I was like, you guys liked it so much, I was like, I'm really enjoying doing it, so maybe I'll just go for it, you know? I was able to at this point, too. I would have, and, you know, I keep saying this. This is God, but I don't think I would have been able to if the whole, like, shutdown of the world didn't happen thing. So maybe something good came out of that, for at least for me. It slowed down. I'm someone that does a lot of things. I'm in a lot of community groups, orchestras, choirs, yeah, like things at my church, all that kind of stuff. I do a lot of different things outside too. So when I was, before the COVID, I was, you know, at school, university, I was, you know, working, at a bookstore, that kind of thing. All this stuff I did, and I did, you know, other things, and that all stopped. I was like, what do I do, right? And then it was like, just came to me one day. I mean, God, I don't know. It's like, let's do a YouTube channel. Let's do voiceovers. And then it expanded to, let's do everything Tolkien, because I love Tolkien, right? So, yeah. So, anyway, it's cool. And then expanded even more because you guys loved it so much, and everyone's supporting it. And, like, yeah. So, it's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks to my subscribers and Skumley for being a Royal Guard. Oh my gosh, Odie, I wouldn't know what that one is. I don't know what that is on the top of my head. I'd have to go look it up and listen. Oh, like classic radio stories. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Thanks, Odie. I know, it's really worked out. I've always been someone that I've done a lot of different things. I never thought that the game I played in high school and the love I started right when I was pre-high, you know, little, like, what, 6 years old, 7 years old, of Tolkien's content, I never thought I'd end up turning it into something that I used in this way, right? I just always thought it would just be a fun side, you know, hobby. So, but I'm just so passionate about Tolkien's stuff. He gave us such an amazing world, and I loved seeing these games that come out of it, right? Lotro and Rise to War, Shadows of Angmar, Battle for Middle-earth, Return to Moria game. Gosh, that's gonna be really exciting. Oh, by the way, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek, little thing. I don't know if I told you guys this last stream, but the Gollum game contacted me. Yeah, we're getting noticed, guys. How exciting is that? But they're sending me something. I'll tell you more about that in the future. But we might get a little sneak peek of the Gollum game here on the channel. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what it is yet. They haven't told me. So I don't know if it's like demo, or if it's just gonna be some cool little trinket, or if it's gonna be something. We'll see. But they don't even have a date for that. They got postponed because of the stuff going on in the world. It was gonna come out in November this last year, but then they were like, they wanted to finalize some stuff. But that's pretty cool, and I feel pretty honored that they actually took the time to message me, find my email, and send a message to me, because I didn't ask them. They messaged me. Thanks, Odie. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys, it's been really, you know why else it's been really fun? And one reason I haven't just stopped doing YouTube immediately when I started is the fact that, I don't know if it's because we're a Tolkien community, but, like, you guys are, like, so fun and encouraging as a group of people that, like, it's a blast. Like, I rarely get a bad comment on a video, right? Like, that's one thing that a lot of YouTubers tell me, right? And I've had a lot of wonderful advice from a couple of my friends, like for example, Nerd of the Rings, Matt, right? Which I knew him before I started my channel. But again, no coincidence with our names either. I just came up with Voice of the Rings because I want to do voiceovers, and I like Lord of the Rings. And now I've kind of morphed that to not just voiceovers, but being a voice for Tolkien content, right? Which again, I love. I like the name. It's growing on me more and more. I liked it. I made it that, but it's growing on me more and more. But anyway, side note, Matt's been really wonderful in giving me pointers, and of course we've done a couple live streams with Lotro. Of course he loves Lotro. I've kind of introduced him to Lotro, and yeah, he's awesome. He's a great guy. But it's been really nice, and I've had a couple other people like Men of the West Joyston has given me a lot of advice and things on stuff. So it's really nice just to have a supportive team. I like the fact that the Tolkien community on YouTube, at least our group of Tolkien, you know, there's like 20 of us in it. We have like a little thing we talk sometimes, but we're all really supportive of each other, and like we work together. You know, it's really cool. It's really fun that, like, and it's cool because with YouTube, with Tolkien content, it's not like you're competing, right? Like, because like when it comes to maybe for like some kinds of YouTube content, right? Like maybe like people who are just trying to get views, they're like these top YouTubers with millions of subscribers, they're just fighting for certain things, maybe for looks. I don't know. But when it comes to Tolkien content, it's fun because we can kind of work together with our subscriber bases, right? And talk and do things and support each other and do like events together. And that's really cool. Like I got to host the Hobbit Day event, which was really cool. They asked me to host it. That playlist, guys, in the first, it's crazy to think about, but in that first like day, it got like 4 million views or something. Because obviously a bunch of huge channels were in the playlist, but I hosted it on my channel. But yeah, it's just but But yeah, it's cool that we can like all work together and do stuff together and stuff. And yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, it's like, it's not like competition, right? Like, because everyone will watch everything we make, because you can watch more than one channel. It's again, like I was going to say my analogy is like a shoe store, right? Like if you can only buy one pair of shoes, right? You only have the money for one pair of shoes. You're only going to go to one of those stores. You're going to choose one and you're going to buy from one store. But when it comes to YouTube, you don't have to do that. It's free. So it's just, what do you enjoy watching? So at that point, if you're someone like, for me, I've always watched a lot of their channels, even before I became a YouTuber, right? Which is weird to say. That's still weird to say that. But I just don't feel, I'm still me, right? It's like any job, right? You're like, I guess I'm this, right? No. But, you know, it's just cool that there's that fun stuff. But again, back to you guys as a community, it's been really encouraging, like, because then I'm like, oh, I really enjoy doing this. It's so fun to have people that are so positive and enjoy the content. And I didn't know if you guys would like it, right? I didn't know if people would like it. And then suddenly my channel starts exploding in growth. And I'm like, oh, I guess people like what I'm doing. It's encouraging, right? And that's why we're on it. And of course there's lows and highs, right? On the channel. Absolutely. Like there's some months where it's like just everything's going down. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just keep going, right? You just can't give up. That's what people always say, and that's what I've learned in life. Just keep on going. There's gonna be hard times, and there's gonna be really awesome times, right? With like numbers, right? With whether it be money or, you know, statistics or whatever it is on the channel, right? That's why I really appreciate the Patreons too, and you guys for watching and stuff, because like the monetization, even though it's good with YouTube, sometimes it does this. It's crazy. It's not quite enough to live on yet. Maybe in the future when we're a bigger channel, it'll be good, right? But like, it's really awesome. Anyway, all right, I'm done. I'm done with that subject. Next subject. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a shame, right? It's kind of a shame with the Rings of Power stuff that it becomes such a negative conflict thing, like battle. And in fact, I stayed away from making videos about anything super negative with it. I obviously did on my Zollin's opinion playlist, did videos reviewing, right? Opinion review playlist about the Rings of Power, right? And again, like, there are some things I liked in it that I enjoyed, but there was a lot I really didn't like, right? And that was about the same feeling for a lot of us really hardcore Tolkien fans. And again, there's going to be some people that like it. And I don't know, I got this little thing, and you guys probably heard me, and I won't go into this much more than this, because let's change subjects to more positive. But when it comes to Rise to War, it was really like you're saying, TJ, there was this extreme that was like, there was one side that was like, if you like it, you're horrible, right? And then which is ridiculous, right? And then there was another side, or like you're against Tolkien or something, which there was those people, not everybody, there's those people that were really going after people. Even if you talked about it, you were like, oh, that's the dreaded, you can't talk about that, right? So there was that one side, and then there was the other side that if you don't like it, you know, you're horrible and you're this, and you're not accepting of these new Tolkien movies. It was just, the other side was even, I felt like the other side was more extreme. Like, if you dislike it, you're a horrible person, which made people on the other side even more mad, right? It caused even more division. And I was disappointed to see that too, like you just said. It was just kind of disappointing. But yeah, but I think it's kind of blown over, and I think people realized if some people like it, they can enjoy it, right? If some of us don't like it, we just let it go, grain of salt, right? Like, okay, whatever. You know, it doesn't... I think people need to realize too, it doesn't change the fact that the character we know as, you know, all these characters that maybe we either liked or disliked, those characters don't change from Tolkien's lore, right? They do not change. So we never have to worry about that. It's like, even if someone messes them up in an adaptation, or it's different than the adaptation we liked of Peter Jackson's, it doesn't mess it up for us. We might be disappointed because we could have... My big thing with Rings of Power was I thought it could have been so much better. And I think that's why I was disappointed mostly, because I was like, this was such a huge opportunity to just do a couple little changes, maybe if they wanted to, for their creativity, and then you know, really nail it for the actual what Tolkien said in those parts of the stories, and that would have been amazing. But like, there were only parts that were nailed, like one or two, and then there was like 20 that were just like. Anyway, all right, no more on that. But TG, that's to answer your question. Yes, that's how I felt on that. And I think it's kind of blown over and most people are okay now. But yeah, it's like, I still covered some of the Rings of Power, but that's why I didn't cover most of the negative stuff. Because unfortunately on YouTube, a lot of stuff is negative clickbait. And I try really hard on my channel to be really positive. My goal is to make your day better and more fun and happy. I don't want you to click on a video because you're like, oh, what's going on, right? The news does that too much, right? Nobody likes that with the media. They're all biased and doing all this stuff anyway like that. We don't want that. We just want to relax and enjoy Lord of the Rings content, right? That's the goal. That's the goal here. And by the way, I'm very opinionated. I know my views in what I believe in life and even with politics, but I don't bring them up on the channel because you guys, I want everyone to feel welcome here no matter what your views are, right? That's the goal. Like, you'll know occasionally that I'm Christian and I believe in God, right? I tell people that. But I don't push it on people, and I don't talk about it all the time, because we're talking about Tolkien right now, right? Right? Now, if I do a video that's relating something, because Tolkien was very in that deep belief too, but look how Tolkien brought a world that everybody loves, right? No matter what your belief is. And yet he was very opinionated, and he, in a good way, he was open-minded in lots of ways too, right? But again, people being opinionated and being open-minded aren't something that are polar opposites. You can have both those things, right? They can coexist in harmony. But it's just, it's like Tolkien did such a good job of making it where he had amazing story based in really good morals and really good evil versus good and all this fantastic fantasy. He brought us the father of fantasy, pretty much. And yet he did it in a way that everyone can enjoy it. And he didn't push anything on people, right? That's what we like about Tolkien. At least that's what I like. You might like other things, which is fine. Well, hello there. Gaming with... Hello. That's nice. Good. Gaming channel's always great. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I appreciate you telling me that I inspired you. I appreciate it. That means a lot. I haven't even been here very long, but I appreciate it. We're a baby channel still. We're growing though. We're getting bigger. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think April is the birthday of this channel, and then in April will be it'll be like the second year we started the channel. Nice. Good job. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, TJ. Yes, correct. They messed up some stuff, but they did nail one or two things really well. So, in the Rings of Power, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was butchered too. Yeah. Thanks, Victor. I appreciate it. Yeah, I again, that's one thing when it comes to YouTube. I always really want to be super positive on YouTube, right? I don't want to get views by getting clickbait and getting negative clickbait, right? Like, oh, look what happened. And then you get people that watch, right? And I might be getting rewarded for that because we have a very high level of subscribers that are viewers on the channel. Like, a lot of channels are like 0.5% that view are subscribers kind of thing. We have a very high percent. I don't remember the last time I looked, but I think it's over 30%. So, thank you. I appreciate the support, everybody. Thanks, TJ. I just read your thing. Yeah. Yeah. We exactly, TJ. I won't read that part, but yes. Oh yeah, gaming with the, yeah, that makes sense. I understand. It's hard when you have to switch an account for any program and you're like, have to redo everything, right? Yeah, so. But yeah, I do, yeah. Positivity is good. But I have some big plans too for doing some lore videos for you guys. For Lord of the Rings lore videos. I really want to get into it, and I have some very unique ideas for lore videos that I think aren't really been made in the way that I'm thinking of making them. Now, you've seen some of my lore videos that are more like talking lore videos where I show you some images and stuff, and they're more, I did a couple that were kind of sciencey. Like, I really had a lot of fun with my volcano video, right? Okay, so my mom is a geologist, right? So she's got her, like, bachelor's in that. She's, like, science degree, right? So when she taught me growing up, I learned a lot about rocks and a lot about volcanoes and a lot about anything with the earth, right? Gems and jewels. Maybe that's why I like dwarves. I don't know. But I did a really fun video on volcanoes, and I basically did versus what's the difference, like what's the survivability rate between the Rings of Power volcano explosion, which by the way was one of my favorite parts of the entire series. I like the volcano because it was a realistic way it exploded. That was actually realistic, like from a real world perspective. But now the swords turning it on and dumping the water. I'm just saying, water hitting underneath the lava is usually how volcanoes explode. That's the realistic part. But the other one too is Frodo and Sam, right? When they're on that rock by the volcano. There is a very different thing between those two scenarios. And I think the survivability rate of Sam and Frodo is much higher than the one with Galadriel and the people of the Southlands. Because people of the Southlands have pretty much a 0% chance of living unless there was some amazing thing. Which again, in my personal opinion, I think there was a missed opportunity to have Galadriel do a magical shield or some kind of spell to block the volcano blast. That's me. But again, I know it looked cool and stuff, but that is technically the French term as a Noure Dante. Now, everyone's been throwing away something, and this is super funny because I know Nerd of the Rings, like, people are driving him crazy with the pyroclastic flow term, and and I totally understand why. I looked at his comments and I was like, oh my gosh, people, how many times are you gonna say that term, right? And I actually talk about it in my science lore video about volcanoes that it's not quite the correct term. It's too encompassing. Pyroclastic flow is too encompassing of a term for what that was. So pyroclastic flow can mean lava flows. It can mean certain kinds of gases. It can be, ash, all sorts of things. It can be many different things. Really, it's a better term is a French term. It's Noure Dante. That's the term of what that was. It's a hot ash cloud that's superheated, moving at a super high rate of speed. It's a different thing. It's not just lava. It's not just, it's different. So anyway, I do a whole science video on that. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one on YouTube that did a science video like that for them. But maybe you guys want to check it out sometime. It's pretty fun. I do it totally positively too, from positive perspective. But I think that that Frodo and Sam surviving for a short amount of time is a much more realistic thing in Peter Jackson's than it was the other one. It's possible, because if you see people in real life, you can get very close to lava like that with no problem. And they were on a rock, so the heat should be rising around the rock, not up above the rock. That's not how... Heat doesn't usually always go like this directly, direct heat. It rises. Since it was outside, I think it was possible. Again, also, from a Tolkien perspective... With Frodo and Sam, Tolkien never said they were sitting right by lava. I don't think he said that in the books. That was Peter Jackson. So again, maybe from that perspective, that was an adaptation, right? To make it more epic for the movie. Voice of the Rings. Elvin. I know. Galadriel is one of my favorite characters. And I say this with a grain of salt for you guys, but it's not because of Rings of Power. It's definitely because of Tolkien. Oh no, Elvin, that's not good. Oh no. Oh no, I hope everything's okay though. That happens. It'll cool off. Just be very nice. All right. I'm going to... There's not much I can do right now in Rise to War. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to make some videos now. So if you guys want to hang out, and I'll make one or two with you guys live here... Oh my gosh, I got tongue-tied. With you guys here live, you are welcome to hang out for a while. Or I could just turn off the stream and do it myself. But I think you guys probably want to hang out, right? Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, I love... Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Galadriel in the Hobbit movie series, I cannot agree more with gaming with Dwight. Is it Dwyson? Is that how I'm saying that correctly? Yes. That... Oh, my gosh. That, to me, was the Galadriel I think about in Tolkien's books, because she is literally in a dress. She has no shoes on, right? She doesn't need anything else. She just needs her and her own power. And I love it that she says, I will be taking from that orc, I will be taking, you know, Mithrandir. And the orc roars at her, and she just does her hand, and he just disintegrates. It just, and then just the whole like sky echo of it. That is what because in the books it says Galadriel uses her power to bring down the fortress of Dol Guldur, right? When they attack in the books. Now again, that's not in the Hobbit book, but that is happening during the Hobbit book in the other lore from Tolkien. So that is why they did that, obviously, for the Hobbit movies with Peter Jackson. So it was lore accurate that was happening. That they attack it. Of course, now it was more than just the 4 of them, technically. So the Lord of the Rings Online does a better job of what happened attacking Dol Guldur. It's actually the host of the Meladrim, the Golden Host, actually comes too. So they do a lot to attack it. Yeah, that was epic. She's so cool. That is like, oh my gosh. That's woman power right there. The Galadriel and the Hobbit, I love that so much, that part. She just destroys the orc. It's just nothing left, man. She's like, how dare you? And I like that she like gives him a chance. She's like, I'll be taking Mithrandir now. Don't try to stop me or whatever. You know, she says it so elegantly. But then he tries to stop her and she just blows him away. Like, I like that she even gave an orc a chance to just drop and run away. Like, you know, you have your moment, orc. You can choose the right one or the wrong one. The S reads as a Z. Mr. Ring of the Dwarves. Thanks. Alright. Dwyzen? Is that better? Oh, well, we talked about it a little bit. I don't know if you're here, Victor, but I feel like that there's a lot of missed opportunities, and like overall, as much as there's some stuff that I'm not like this super massive hater, but I don't really like super love it either. It was kind of disappointing, honestly, personally for me. I know some people really liked it, so I don't want to like make some people feel sad that I don't. Again, remember, it's my opinion. You can have whatever opinion you want, guys, right? I don't have to influence you. But my opinion is, I felt like there's a lot of missed opportunities. They changed too many things. So one thing a lot of people were saying is, oh, well, they don't have rights to everything, so they're going to have to change things. I totally get that. I gave them that leeway. But the problem was, Rings of Power, is they changed a lot of things they had the rights to. So they changed a lot of the lore points that they had the rights to. They completely changed them. That wasn't smart at all. That wasn't a good idea. Like, for example, the Mithril stuff. I'll tell everybody this. From me, that was horrible. That Mithril story was Nuria Dante level horrible. It was terrible. Okay, let's say we don't even know Tolkien's lore, and you're watching that as a new, like, that's the story from you've never heard about Tolkien's actual lore, and you don't know how Mithril was originally found or made, and you watch that. Even if I watched that without knowing that, I would have been like, what the frick? I would have been like, what's happening? What do you mean? It's a Silmaril? What's a Silmaril? Why is it in a tree on top of a mountain? Why is a lightning bolt hitting it? What's the Belrog and an elf essence fusing with a lightning bolt going into the earth? How does that even work? It's just laughable. I just have to laugh at it because it's comical. I mean, that's what I feel like with that part. But other parts I liked. I liked Elrond. I liked Durin. Durin was really well done. I loved their relationship between Elrond and Durin, because we know Elrond really does have good relationships with dwarves. That was really good. I felt like there was a little bit trouble with the scale, which it's funny because Nerd of the Rings actually did his full review finally of that's sounding rude, but he was saying he was taking forever too. But of the series, and I watched it the other day. It was like an hour. It's really good. He did a really good job. I agreed with most of his points. But there was a scale problem. So like in the Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's, we're traveling a lot, right? It's not too much it's not boring. We're not traveling constantly, but you see these clips of them traveling through the world. So you kind of know how far they're going. But like, for example, in the Rings of Power, a big one that a lot of people were annoyed with is the fact that, you know, Galadriel takes Halbrand, the made-up character, right? Spoilers. Guys, can I tell you spoilers? he ends up being Sauron, which is also way totally incorrect. But again, that wasn't the end all for me. But they travel from Mordor, or the Southernlands, which are technically... Okay, look, everyone look at the map, right? Everyone look at the map. I got a map right here, okay? So, technically the Southernlands, according to Rings of Power, is located here, right? So it's in the valley. Here's the edge of the mountain range right here. So it's located right here. This is the Southlands, okay? They travel from the Southlands, where he gets wounded, all the way up around to here. Or no, a little farther. Vales of Durin, Aragion, right here. Okay? So they traveled in Middle-earth, which is pretty big, from here to here, which is literally almost 2/3 of the entire world. And they did it in one flash clip. They're like, boom, we're in Aragion. That makes the world feel small, right? Which it's not. It's massive. So, like, things like that, right? That was just one example out of, like, 10 that I could give you. But, yeah, so my opinion on it is pretty much that there was a lot of missed things. There was a couple. There were, like, 2 or 3 things that were kind of horrible for me that I was like, you know? And then there was, like, 2 or 3 things that I was like, I liked that a lot. That was really good, right? But again, I'm a really positive person. I look for the positive in things. So people who have troubles with that and just, you know, maybe they see 1 or 2 things they don't like and then they dislike the whole thing. There's a lot of people like that. That's why a lot of people got grumpy too, I think. So. Yeah, I'm hoping there's more dwarves. I was also disappointed that there was so little Khazad-dûm after the first 2 episodes. I love the first 2 episodes. I was like, this is awesome. Khazad-dûm has the mirrors. I guess there'd be mirrors in Khazad-dûm because, you know, Lotro does mirrors in Khazad-dûm because it makes sense. I have a whole lore video, by the way, on the systems of dwarves living underground. It's pretty cool if you want to check it out too. That was really awesome. I really liked that. So I will definitely, personally myself, I will watch Rings of Power Season 2. I'm not going to just be like, I'm not going to watch it. I might wait a few days. I might not watch it right when it comes out. But we'll see. But yeah, I think that there were some good things. There were some bad things. Personally for me, it weighs a little bit more on the bad side, unfortunately. But, and I had high hopes. I really did. And I gave them a lot of leeway too. In my heart, I was like, well, you know, they don't have full rights. They don't have this. They'll probably change this. Okay, I'll give them some leeway. But yeah, there were some things that were really well done. There were some things that were like, why did they do it like that? Why did they do that? They didn't have to do that. So I know they're trying to like trick people, right? Because they're like, oh, we'll trick the fans. We're going to make him Sauron instead of Anatar, right? They did that too much. It was too much, right? Maybe one of the like 10 things they did that to would have been fine, but like at a certain point, if you do it too much, you're gonna make the fans frustrated, right? We're there to see it played out in a live action, right? The story we know. If you want to do 1 or 2 little surprise changes, okay, but it was just too many. That's my view on that. Anyway, enough about Rings of Power. Let's do other things now. Because we already talked about it a few minutes ago too. Yeah, TJ, exactly. The Hobbits traveling was fantastic, though. Yeah, but that one... See, that was one of the best parts of the whole movie for me. I have a very similar opinion to Nerd of the Rings on this. I found out when I talked to him. But the Hobbits, like, that part, I was really wary about the Hobbits. I ended up really liking the Hobbits, right? And I love the stranger character, right? Now, they're making us think it's Gandalf. Okay, here's the thing, guys. They should make it not Gandalf. Because if it's not Gandalf, it'll be awesome. If the stranger is Gandalf, for me personally, I would be really disappointed. I'd be like, well, I didn't see that coming. Okay, yeah. You know? So, you can take this right now during the stream, right? Like, when it comes out, we'll see. Again, some people might like it that it's Gandalf. Oh, we're going to get Gandalf's backhistory. Gandalf never goes to the east. They're traveling to the east in the next season. Maybe they'll change their minds. Maybe something will happen, right? But... It'd be really cool if it was Saruman. Honestly, I would love that. I would really like to find out it's Saruman. That would be super cool. If it's Saruman, I will give a lot of points to season 2 right there. That'll be like huge for me. Either they totally change the story with stuff. If that is Saruman, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's actually kind of cool, right? Because Saruman, as we know later, flips back from being, he's good for thousands of years, and then he flips to being evil. And wouldn't that, like, emotionally be really cool for Rings of Power to be like, look at, he's like, he chose to be good, right? Even though it's a little corny how they did it, but he chose to be good. And then we find out it's Saruman, we're like, oh, he's going to be good for like thousands of years, and then he's going to go evil at the end, right? And we'll feel so sad for him, right? Like, that would be emotionally really good. It would be a good twist, right? Because everyone thinks it's Gandalf. Like, that would be really good writing. That would be really cool. So anyway, that's just me. I'd still like it to be a blue wizard too. I know that's what, like, Matt was telling me. He wants the blue wizard idea. I think that would be cool too, to be one of the blue wizards, and maybe he'll find the other blue wizard in the east. That would be really cool too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They have a whole dialogue in the First Fellowship about them traveling and then the Craven. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep, the second time. Yep, and third time when he's riding the Minas Tirith. Yep, exactly. TJ, if it's Gandalf, I might be done with it. I know. It would be, oh man. I know they were trying to hint at it, but again, why, you know, he says follow your nose or whatever like Gandalf did. I'd be interesting if it wasn't Gandalf, if like the Maiar are like, have a similar attitude with that, right? Like, oh, well, just follow your nose. Like, it's something they say, right? I think that would be cool if it wasn't Gandalf with that little, I don't know. That's how I feel. Oh yeah, the Halo series. I enjoyed the Halo series. I don't think they should have ever showed his face though, personally. I loved seeing it live. I also really didn't like. No offense, she acted really well, but I didn't really like the whole girl that like is taken by the aliens, right, in Halo, and she's like ends up being like loving the Master Chief. Not really. I wasn't really in for that very much. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with the Halo series. Like, overall, I think I enjoyed the Halo series more than I disliked it, but there was some stuff. I see what you're talking about. There was some stuff that I was like... Yeah, and I really like Halo. That's another game I played a lot when I was young. I was really big into Halo 3 and Halo Reach. I played that a lot. Back on my 360, which is now super old. Yes, correct. Dwyson. Yes. Correct. He did not come until the Third Age. So to make it Gandalf, we'll shred the lore again. And they've time compressed Rings of Power too, which again, I wouldn't matter with time compression, but it's too extreme, the time compression, what they're doing. It's too much. So to do that too, to bring more people from the Third Age and the Second Age, it wouldn't like be an end all with the lore, but you're really starting to mess with things. But we know Saruman and the Blue Wizards came in the Second Age, so that's why it would fit much better. Yeah, Elvin. Alright, yep. Yeah, we'll see. It doesn't seem like it's weird how they don't seem to figure out what people want and like. They're like just sticking to what they think is what everyone wants and likes, and like they don't see the numbers. Like I don't get it. And it's funny. Like I haven't even watched the Dragon. What is it called? House of Dragons series. I've heard people be like, "Oh, it's so much better," and I'm like, honestly, I don't really want to watch it because I know it's just gonna be full of inappropriate things. So it's not going to be much better on my list. At least the Rings of Power had no inappropriateness. I was very happy about that. I thought for sure they'd take it down the Game of Thrones path. Like I would almost bet on it. But I was very happy they didn't do that, at least. How bad? Okay, question about my recovery. So as you can see here, I'm recovering about 2,000 and they'll be done in about 40 minutes. That other group of troops, I guess that's everybody. Oh, not treated. So this other group, this will take another like 2 or 3 hours. Again, there's ways that you can earn speed ups. See, I have some that I already earned. And then, of course, you can use the in-game gems, which is a money thing, right, to speed it up. So there's some things you can speed up that technically could be like pay to win, and there's some things you can't. Like recruiting troops, you cannot speed up. So that basically helps balance it so people can't just pay to win in that way. You have to wait to recruit troops in this game. So, like, even if someone spends thousands of dollars or something, they will not be able to recruit troops faster than a free-to-play player. Right? So that's what matters, too, when you do combat, right? You want to really lose less troops than the enemies as a whole, because if you have 200 players on both sides in a battle, and there's a lot of battles going on up here, too. Let's see what's going on up here. Let's see if there's more combat going on. Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, wow. Did you see those disappear? It updated? They removed both those players. Oh, dude, we're gonna get the Wold Keep back, probably. Sweet. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Are my forts done over here? I happen to have a tile over here, so I built a fort on it. If you have a tile, you can build a fort. So you can only relocate in this game to where those circles are. So you have to get to the edge of a circle, build a fort, and then you can keep going. The only other way is to do a long march, and you can only do long marches to your own land, to another tile that someone owns. And then once you're there, you have to build a fort. You can't move around until you build a fort. Yeah, TJ, yeah, the time compression did make that the Rings of Power lose its depth. That was a thing for me too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Though there is new management with that Twitter, isn't there? That's all I'll say with that. Boy, did we learn a lot. All right, moving on. So I want to make some. So again, I was telling you guys I want to make my Lotro episodes into things that everyone. I'm gonna see if I can make them into audio files and see if I can upload them to a podcast, because Gandalf Shall Not Pass has been asking that, so I'm going to study into that over this next week and see if that's something I can do. And then later maybe I can actually do a podcast thing. But actually sitting down and doing a talk thing for a podcast is a lot of extra time, right, and work. So I mean, obviously right now what we're doing right now could be a good podcast because we've just been answering questions and talking about things. So this could work right now as a podcast. Obviously it could even make this an audio file and link it up, right, for people to watch and listen. But yeah, I would definitely just have fun with it, TJ, and don't. I have some guide videos on things if you want to look. I have a bunch of guide videos. If you need help with certain things, you can look through and see what you need. But just try to enjoy it and learn how to take tiles early. And there are seasons, so if you want to start with us sometime, you can. But go ahead and start an account, try it out, and then you know, if you're done with that season, you know, around our time, you can join us if you want to in the future if you do start playing a lot. But you'll just have to join our not my Discord, but guys, by the way, there's a link to my Discord if you guys want to join for our channel. Everyone can join now. You should go do that. Yeah. Zollin, I'm sorry. I know I told him late. I know. He said I should have said it at the beginning of the video. But, you know, that's how it goes. Yeah, Zollin's my assistant. But yeah, I could also give you the link, TJ, sometime to the other Discord, the Rise to War Discord, and you can ask to kind of join it if you want to. In fact, I could just link it right now in the chat before I forget, because I'll forget. Here's the link to it if you want to join it. Oh, why didn't that work? Copy and paste. There it goes. All right, and then guys, also. And here's the other link. All right, this one. So that link is to the, not my Discord, but the one I'm in for Rise to War, our group. And this one is my channel here, if you want to join. Nice. Good job. Yeah, and again, you could talk to me in the main Discord too. So there's if you're a patron, you get full access, but even anyone joins, you guys have you'll see alerts. You can talk to me. There's a kinship chat for our kinship on Lotro and for events, uploads, and things like that. So there's still access for you guys to do stuff and hang out. Yeah, should be fun. All right, so what I wanted to do was, oh, by the way, I think I showed you guys all this, but I don't know if Elbin saw, but real quick, this is my new thing that I'll have for my interview. So above those names will be where our cameras are, and that'll be our setup for doing interviews with people on the channel. So pretty excited about that. All right, Zollin, can you switch back to the other screen? No, the other one. That one, yeah. Okay. All right, we're back. All right, who wants to see make a live? So I want to make an intro, Elbin. Since you're here, I want to do the intro video to the new playlist I'm gonna make for a Lotro update that we all talked about the other day. Thanks, DJ. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. The interview, I think I told you guys at the beginning, but the interview got postponed because Chance Thomas something came up. We were gonna do that tonight, which is why I wasn't gonna do the stream originally today, to give myself time to prepare and not be tired. But he had to postpone it because something family matter happened or something. But he said we'll be back. We'll reschedule soon, he said. So we'll have that soon. So that'll be exciting. We got a lot of awesome people to come on. I'm very excited. You guys, so if you don't know who Chance Thomas is, I'll just like whet your appetite a little bit, how fun it is. So he did all the music for the Lord of the Rings Online, which is amazing. I literally grew up with that music, so it's kind of like childhood hero, right, with that music for me, because I love that music since I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, right, 11 years old. And then he also did the music for Cameron's Avatar, the first one, the big one that was the biggest movie for like, it's still in the top 10 of like the biggest movies ever in being watched. I believe I have to look it up. But, you know, a lot of those new Marvel movies are really high up there at the top. But when it came out for a couple years, it was the top movie that ever had been watched. So he did the music for that. He did the music for Peter Jackson's King Kong. So we are going to ask him, has he worked with Peter Jackson directly? Because that would be fun to know. I already have all my questions for him set up. So you're welcome to say something, a question if you want. I'll look if I already have it in my questions. But I kind of combined a bunch of subscriber and Patreon questions in my own, and some family and friends to kind of get some good questions out. And my orchestra. I asked them too. And then he did the music for Dota 2. He did a bunch of the soundtracks for that. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. And then he did the music for Warhammer Chaos Bane, a new Warhammer game that came out. He did Glory 5, right? Dragon Glory 5. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name right now. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, anyway, he did a lot. You'll see this all in the interview, obviously. I'll say this at the beginning of the interview when I introduce him. Yeah, so Cameron's Avatar, Peter Jackson's King Kong, Warhammer Chaos Bane, Quest for Glory 5 Dragonfire. That's the one we did. Dota 2, The Lord of the Rings Online, and he did other things. He also has done Tolkien stuff since 1998, so pretty exciting. He's also going to give us an exclusive on his new music that he's just releasing, and he has a new book that he wants to talk about too, about doing things with music. So that's exciting. Which I remember him telling me about the book, because I have actually interviewed him in person at my university like 4 years ago. That's why I first got to know him. It worked out because he just answered my Twitter. I had an assignment to ask someone for an interview in person, or online. I mean, do an online interview. And I messaged him on Twitter, and I was like, "Hi, my name's Garrett, right? You guys, I'm Zollin, but I was like, hey, would you do an online interview for me? It's for my university assignment, and I would love to interview you because I'm a big fan of your music, and I love Tolkien and stuff." And this is way before my channel. This is years ago, right? This is like 6 years ago, and 5 years ago. I don't remember. Yeah, doesn't matter. He messaged me back, and he goes, "Hey, I'm actually, going to your university," right? At the time. Again, I'm not going to say where in places. But he's like, "Let's do an in-person one." And I was like, "Okay, let's do it," right? It was like my first big interview I'd done with someone that's really, really important, right? Of course, he's so nice. He's so down to earth, even though he's such a huge figure, right? But it was really fun. Yeah. Anyway, so it was a great interview. And one of the interview questions I have for his interview when he comes on the channel for us is one that he originally told me about that I'd like him to reiterate. And it's about his Rivendell piece. One second. Let me bring up the Rivendell piece here. I'm going to turn that off for a second. I'm also going to do one other thing here. There we go. All right, I'm back. I'm on this side. A little better, right? A little less freaky. Okay, and then... So, these are all his. Where is the one I wanted to show you? Is it this one? Is it? I don't think this is it. And again, I can show you guys these because they don't get copyrighted on YouTube, which is wonderful. And even if they did, I know the composer, so I could ask him personally if I could use them. I'm sure he'd be okay with that. But again, it's video game music from a video game, and most video games don't copyright music, which is really, really nice. And I'm so glad, because they don't want streamers to not be able to stream the music with the game, right? The only time you get that problem is if they use a movie score, which Rise to War occasionally use a movie score at like the opening, and then that's always kind of a bummer, because then I have to like mute that part. I need to go to my Tolkien page. I'm like... Let's see. Here we go. So that was not the right one. This one, right here. This Rivendell piece. So I'm going to ask him about this. Unless it's Nintendo, yeah. Nintendo's a little bit, they really like to control their, revenues, don't they? Not that they don't have great games. Nintendo's got great games. But they are a little extreme when it comes to copyright stuff. So anyway, this whole piece that you're hearing right now, Zollin, turn it up a little bit. A little more. Okay. So this piece is designed, which I'm sure he'll do a much better description of this. When you walk up the valley, it's just, gosh, it gives me shivers. It's so beautiful. But when you walk up the valley, right at the climax of the music is the timing. When you first come into Rivendell, when you come up over the grade, he timed it where when you look out over the valley, it's the climax of the music and the best spot. So right when you walk in. So you're like right here, you're walking up, you know? Walking up to Rivendell. Unless it was the climax right there a second ago. But I think it's right here. You come over the thing, it's like Rivendell. Right? In the video game and in the MMO, right? So anyway, just kind of cool. And to me, this music, this is Rivendell. Like, this is great. This is just as good as Howard Shore's music. And I love Howard Shore's music from the movies. Yeah, anyway, it's some great music there. Fantastic. And there's some really cool ones. He did some for, again, Chance Thomas, right? He did some for Mordor. Have you guys heard the Mordor Sauron chant? Okay, let's go from being gorgeous, beautiful, to being terrified. Ready? He's a genius, yeah. Yeah. How's that for scary? Yeah, TJ. Yeah. Yep. True. Yeah, they're all good composers, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Chance Thomas's music. I just love it. I just got a feeling. Listen to this. It's like you're walking around in Mordor in Lotro with this, and you're just like, is that an orc? What's that? Is that Nazgul? As you walk around, it's a video game, right? And then have you heard his version of Ever On? You probably heard it in some of my Lotro Tales. I like to put in my Lotro Tales. But this one, this is awesome. The road goes ever on and on. It's really awesome. Down from the door where it began. I love the guitar too. The road has gone. And I must follow if I can. Ever on. Pretty cool. But anyway, if you guys want, you can get that. I have that on iTunes, but you can get it on. He also, I think he sells a hard copy too on his hugesoundrecords.com. I think it's called Huge Sound Records. Yeah. Anyway, again, you'll know all this stuff after the interview. I'll have all this, so you'll be great. You'll be good. You'll be good. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave you guys for a minute with the music. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then I'm going to come back. I could end the stream, but I think I'm going to make my video like I said I would during the stream. So we're going to make the video for the Lotro update be just like a 3-minute video. Just basically this is what the playlist will be about. And I already have it in my mind. So I'll let you guys see me do it live. Again, a lot of times, I have different kinds of methods to how I make music. Not music, excuse me. I made music. I'm a music major, but that's not important. Videos is that sometimes I will really plan them out and I'll have notes and I'll like do everything, and other times I'll just have it in my head and I know how to say it, and I have a certain thing, or I'll have a little checklist of things I want to say that'll be really easy to follow while I'm doing it, so it's fluid and doesn't feel weird. And then sometimes I just wing it, and sometimes you see my Lotro Tales, that's me usually just doing voiceovers while I do it for you live and then record it, right? I usually don't even edit much out unless it's some really big mistake or something. Thanks, DJ. Yeah, it's really fun. Again, there's a lot more happening too behind that you can't see. Like down here, I have like a control panel and a couple things, and I have like my setup and I use a Focusrite for my audio, right? Because I have an actual really high level condenser mic, and stuff like that. But there's lots of ways you can do it without this stuff, right? I bought the stuff later, right? That's a little bit more expensive because I mean the Focusrite's like $200 unless you can get it on sale, and the microphone I think I actually got it on sale, but it's like a couple $100 microphone and that kind of thing. Like those things add up. Again, I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have my Patreons. They're the best. Appreciate the support and the channel. I just saved up for things over time, but yeah. Yeah, so anyway, we'll do that in a second. So I just need a few second break, so I'm going to turn this on. Yeah, AFK dogs, wow. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I have a lot. My high school friends dubbed my room the Armory. Because I have over 30 United Color replicas in my room. So, again, I keep saying this in my streams, but I will do more on my collection playlist. If you guys if you haven't looked at my homepage, I have it all organized for you, but I have my collection playlist where I do reviews of collectibles and things I have that I've, again, never assumed. I've only collected them because I love them and I got them on sales and my family bought them for me for gifts because it's the one thing I'd ask for Christmas. I'd be like, I want this one thing, right, for my family, and they'd all get it for me, which was nice. But, most of the time. But, I never thought I'd be using that collection as a fun thing to be able to show you guys and then show you where you can buy it if it's still for sale, right? So that's what I do with the collection playlist. So anyway, you guys can check that out in the future too. But I will be right back and then I'll make that video. But I need a quick break. I need to grab a snack, grab a drink, and a retro break. So I'm going to turn on some music here and just kind of let it go for you. There we go. And I will go ahead and just go. Boop. I'll be back.
With eager feet till it joins some larger way. Many paths and errands meet, and whither then what can I say? From the door where it began,
Wow, that was really good timing. The song like just finished right when I got back. That's pretty good timing. All right, I got myself a little Moroccan mint green tea. I love this tea house road or a tea horse road company. They do make really good tea. I think it might just be a Californian company. I don't know if they ship outside. Oh, delicious. So much better. All right. Again, it's actually good practice for me to try to make a video in front of people anyway. Because, like, as you know, I'm pretty good with the streams. But it's so funny when I'm doing a stream and trying to make a video. It's like, I usually want to be, like, talking to you guys. So, like, I have to fully focus on the video. So, anyway, we're gonna make this. For one, I need to make sure my background is... I'm doing a video like this. One thing I have to check usually too is just that I don't have anything. It's a bigger wide angle, so I have to make sure I don't leave anything that's not. Normally I make sure there's nothing in the background back there, but you see my shelf here, so let me check real quick. Yes, green tea. Yes, indeed. This is fun. These have actually, some of these are really good. I need to, man, I haven't been posting for you guys with the community tab as much with like questions. I got to do that. It's hard to get in the habit of doing that constantly. All right. I think we're good. We're good. All right, let me switch cameras. Zollin, switch cameras. Go. All right, guys. I will be right back. Well, you can still hear me. You just can't see me. You know what I think about when I say that is I think of the Gilderoy Lockhart part in the second Harry Potter. Can you all see me? Can you hear me? Oh man, I love that actor and that character was great for the Harry Potter. All right, turn this on. All right, are we good? There we go. Yes, we're good. Perfect. All right, we're live and hopefully we're pretty clear. Now for you guys, you should be seeing me in 1080, but for the recording, I'm gonna do it in 2K. So all right, so this update is going to be mainly about this new playlist. It's going to be an introduction video for a new playlist. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so I need to make it something that people are going to watch over and over to introduce them to the playlist. But at the same time, I'm going to release this as a new video. So for subscribers who are already here on the channel, you want to know it's a new playlist. So I call it introducing the playlist, blah, 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 right? I don't say, oh, it's a new playlist, because if someone watches it later, that's going to be quickly old, and it will no longer be a new playlist when there's 50 videos on it in the future, right? So those are the things you have to think about, right? You have to think about the time patterns. I think about that really hard when it comes to Lotro. I mean, and my Lotro Tale episodes, because I don't want them to feel dated, because I want people to be able to enjoy those no matter when they watch them, right? So like streams, I don't care about that as much because it's a stream. When you know you're watching it later, you're watching something that's old. But when it comes to my other videos, I try really hard to make it where it feels relevant, right, to the moment. And even with my guide videos, I try to make them where they're always, where they'll try to be useful until, you know, they're outdated, as in maybe an update happens. But most of my guide videos, 90% of them are still completely relevant to today. Only one or two, like, you know, the old legendary item video, I made a new one. But, so I go back and I'll update the title to the date and say, you know, this is old, here's a link to the new one, right? Don't ever remove a video. That's for people starting new, right? Dwyzen, don't remove videos if you think they're old. Just you could change the title slightly, and then link in the comments or the description your new video if you do an updated one. Because otherwise, what happens is you lose the opportunity of someone finding that old video and then saying, "Oh, he has a new one. Okay, click." Right? Those are good things to think about. Again, these are things I'm still learning. I'm getting there. Hopefully in the future I can give better advice to people, but, you know. Alrighty. I'm trying to think what song I want to put on. I think I'm just going to use my, I'm not going to use that at all. I'm just going to use this. All right. We're good? I was like, there's nothing in my teeth? Well, sadly, I forgot to eat anything today so far, so I'm going to do that right after this stream. Yeah, exactly, yes. Any advice is better than none. Unless it's bad advice. That might be worse. Again, there's always gonna be things you're gonna have to learn. One other advice I'd give you is don't get disheartened by a comment from some random person that might be mean about something, okay? There's people that are good at doing good criticisms, like constructive, which I always approve of on my channel. I'm fine with someone saying something and going, oh, I think this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, well, I like that. But if someone just says something mean randomly, just ignore the comment. Just ignore it. They're just someone who probably didn't watch your video, probably didn't listen correctly, probably just watched 3 seconds of it and then something random, right? Yeah. So, yeah, must. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. So, all right. Here we go. Ready? Countdown. Zollin. Where's Zollin? Like over there. Okay. A Lotro update. We're not going to call it Lord of the Rings. We're calling it Lotro because it's going to mainly focus on Lotro too, mind you. So we're going to pop some music on here right when the recording starts, and I will go for it. Let me just think real quick through it and not talk for a second, and then I will go for it. Make sure my mind is in the right. Because another thing that's important with a new video is you have to make sure in the first 5 to 10 seconds, you get out the information you want to get out, besides just the welcome. Because otherwise, people will click off in the first 30 seconds. That's a statistics thing. Not everyone's going to do that, but it's good. And it's try to get a good balance between talking quickly and slowly. I know that sounds really weird, but some people, if you talk too slowly, most people will stop, watch. Well, I mean, not everybody, but you want to get the info out, right? You don't want to maybe like, and then this, and then not get to the point. Most people won't stay. But at the same time, you don't want to talk super, super fast where you're talking so fast that people are like, oh my gosh, I can't even hear what you're saying. Right? Like, right. You gotta like, there's a balance there. I think I've almost got it. But, and there's always going to be someone who says you're talking too fast or someone that says you're talking too slow. There's always going to be that one person. So just ignore that one person. You just want to find a good balance for yourself. Whatever you're comfortable with, too. You really got to do whatever you're comfortable with, personally. Just whatever you enjoy. Never do something you don't enjoy because you will stop doing. You will not enjoy it anymore, and you won't make good videos if you're just pushing yourself. Make sure it's something you have fun making videos of. That's a huge one, too. So that's why if you're doing games and there's a game you really like, that's a great way to make videos. All right. Anyway. Lotro update. Make sure I don't say it wrong. That would be just reset the video right there. So it's going to focus on Lotro updates. It's going to focus on anything Tolkien related. Yes. It's pretty much that. I'm trying to think if it will focus on anything else. Okay. Yeah, this will be a really fast little intro video. Here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1. Why, hello and welcome back. And this is an introduction video to our new playlist, Lotro Update. And today we are going to talk about it real quick. So to introduce you to this new playlist I just put out. This will be the first video on it for you so you can kind of know what it's about. It goes into, this will be any update information about the Lotro Lord of the Rings Online MMO video game, as well as anything to do with Tolkien or anything in the world of Tolkien, right? Whether it's some update, some new book, something's happening in the Tolkien community, that kind of stuff. It'll be from a very positive perspective. And again, we will check daily, or not daily, but weekly updates usually on Lotro. A lot of you have asked me this, my wonderful subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate you asking for this playlist. And we're going to go for it. We're going to have its own individual dedicated playlist. I've been putting these on the Lotro guide, but they will now be here on the Lotro update playlist. Again, it'll be Lotro because it'll mainly focus on the MMO, but we will also have other Lord of the Rings only stuff that's anything to do with Tolkien related content or updates for any really game, except for Rise to War. Those updates will continue to stay on the Rise to War playlist. All right, my friends, you have a wonderful day in Middle Earth, and I will see you all in the next episodes of a Lotro update. Stay up to date, my friends, with the latest of Middle Earth. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you then. Baruch Hazad, Kuzad I menu, and stay happy. Enjoy. And I do freeze for a second when I stop the recording. Okay, we're cut. I do freeze when I stop the recording for a moment because the camera sometimes has a momentary kunk and it turns off. So if you are like smiling and then just like look down or something, it'll catch that and you have to edit that out, and that's annoying. So if you're doing something live, you don't want to do that, right? At least for me. I have all these little things, right, that I just do by habit now that I've been making videos. And again, I am happy, but obviously, like, and you have to find a fine line of like how much do you want to make a persona and how much do you want it to actually be you, right? Like on YouTube, when I do my streams, as you can see between my streams and my videos, I'm usually always a pretty happy, bubbly person. I just like to be. I'm not trying to be braggy sounding. I just really, really have fun with this. I have a lot of fun. I'm enjoying myself. This really is pretty much me. You're pretty much, I always tell people, you're pretty much just getting Zollin. This is me, right? Like, but like when I'm making videos, I'm really enjoying it. So like I might be even a little bit more excited than usual with a video, right? But yeah, I still try to be really like energetic though, because that is really good for videos, right? But you don't have to be like, that's not a end all, right? If you're someone who's quieter and you're not quite as energetic in how you talk, people are still gonna like your videos. Don't feel disheartened or discouraged, right? Keep that in mind. Thanks, Twice. Yes, darling, can I have my drink? Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. So anyway, that'll be our new, I'm gonna make the playlist. I'm not done making the playlist, but this is, I might be an Archip, but I think this is the Bree Town Jig is what it's called. And I think they might use it in Archip too, possibly. This is the Bree Town Jig. But yeah, I love this song. I have it built into my Stream Deck so I can just click it when I make videos. A little music is always huge. If you can find music that won't copyright, be careful what you use. It will really help your videos too. It helps people stay engaged. You have to try to make a fine line though. Make sure you record with the music on a certain level and your voice at the same time. I always do this. This is something I always do. Because you have to make sure the music isn't overpowering your voice where they can't really hear what you're saying. Right? So like, now, for example, I'll finish up with this, right? This isn't everything I do. Like, it would take hours to go over everything I do on my channel. But this is a little bit of snippets for a little, Alright, so like now I can go and watch my video here, and I'm gonna be quiet for a second, so. Why, hello, and welcome back. And this is an introduction video. Alright, watch. Alright, I'm gonna turn off my camera here for a moment. Well, wrong one. There we go. I know it's freaky. Just hold on. Okay, here's the video. It'll buffer better in YouTube later, but listen to the sound different. The amount of sound here. The balance with the music versus my voice. Why, hello, and welcome back. And this is an introduction video to our new playlist, Lotro Update. And today we are gonna. So if you notice, it's just loud enough that it's nice and loud. Like you can hear the music in the background, but it's just under my voice level that you can completely understand what I'm saying without the music kind of overpowering my voice. That's a good balance. Because if you have your music so loud that you're like every so often you're missing a word the person's saying, that bothers me personally. I always do this too, as someone who, when I make videos, what do I like? And obviously I'm hardest on my videos out of anyone. I'm like, oh, I could have done that better. Oh, I could have said that better. Oh, I kind of, I said there too much in the video, right? A guide video. Those are things that you just have to get over time as you go. Yeah. Thanks, TJ. I do. That video is like, if I was gonna tell someone like, you know, what music like represents your daily mood? I'm like, if I threw that Breedline jig, that could be my daily mood. Dun, 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 just walking around. It's just, yeah, I like it a lot. Oh, right here. You know what that is? It's a reflection off. I got like a mole removed when I was really young. I think it's just a shiny reflection. Yeah, it's my skin. Yeah. That's what you're saying. So unfortunately, that's something I can't quite remove. I don't put up. Some people do makeup. I don't need to do that. My skin's fine. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out, though, just in case. That would have been awkward. I would have had to redo it if it was something stuck on my beard or mustache. But yeah. Yeah, a dwarf doesn't need makeup. No, indeed. Though occasionally I have to remove a couple of my silver hairs. I have a lot of red in my beard now that I've grown it out too, but I have a couple like beautiful silver hairs. Not great, just silver. It's like, what are these? Where did these come from? Can I sell these? Are they silver? It's like gold and silver? No, I'm just kidding. Not that kind of silver, Zollin. All right. Well. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here today. And we will do some more in the future. Yeah. Well, it's... I would say age, but like I'm really young, and I looked it up, and some people just get silver hair. It's not gray silver. It's not like the kind from age. Like people just have them. I've had it since I was like, I was able to start growing a beard at like 14 years old, and I already had it. So that's kind of how it goes. I'm not that much older now. Thanks, TJ. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. I kind of like how it looks, but yeah. Don't worry, guys. You'll see me in the next, like, 3 years on this channel. I'll be like, poof. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I grow it that good. My one friend, man, he had a beard, like, he was, like, 15. He was, like, it was, like, crazy. Though, some of my friends get mad at me because I can grow a beard and they can't grow any hair on their chin at all. It's like a little stub. Usually it's my, not to pick on them, but my Filipino friends. Some of them really can grow good beards, actually, though. But my certain friends, they always joke about that, so... I have friends. One fun thing about living in California is we have lots of backgrounds in California, have lots of different people. So I have friends of just every group of people on the planet. It's so fun. I love that. We all have a blast. Thanks. It's a sign that you are wise. Yes, that was what we'll call it that. We'll call it that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, my friends. You're talking about this beard, yeah. All right. You guys have a great day in Middle-earth. Let me finish my stream with thanking my Patreons. Thanks, Skumley, for being a Royal Guard. If you're watching this as a video later, subscribe button's right there. Zollin picked you out this episode up here. And there's another playlist down there. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for being here, alive. And I'll see you all in the next streams of Voice of the Rings and videos. Baruch Hazad Kuzad I menu. I'll see you guys.